Hey everyone, and thank you so much for tuning into the very first episode of Cookies, Couches, and Conversation. I am your host, Mallory Pettinger, and I can't wait to become internet besties with all of you. On this show, we're going to break down friendships, family, relationships, marriage, kids, life, everything you can think of. We're going to laugh together. We're going to cry together. We're going to learn and grow together. But most of all, we're just going to have fun. Because, what is a podcast with your new internet bestie if it's not fun, right? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to grab your favorite cookies. I want you to grab a comfortable blanket. I want you to grab your favorite drink. Have some wine for me. And then I want you to find your favorite spot on the couch. Let's get into some conversation. Okay, besties, let's talk friendships. Why is it so hard to find friends in your 30s? I don't understand. What is the problem? Is it because we're not kids anymore and it's a little bit easier to find friends when you're kids than when you're adults? Or is it like the individual person? Me, for example, I know a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people. I get told all the time, oh my God, you're friends with everybody. And it's like, no, I'm not friends with everybody. I just know a lot of people. I am associates with a lot of people, for sure. Am I friends with them all? Absolutely not. Honestly, I can probably count the amount of friends that I actually have on just my two hands. And even with the friends that I do have, I don't ever see them. Most of the friends that I have live out of town. So the whole, oh, let me run to the store or run an errand, let me call so-and-so and see if she wants to go. Yeah, it ain't happening. And it's not because I don't want it to happen, but it's not logistically possible. Now, I grew up in the city of Chicago. I'm 36 years old, by the way. I grew up in the city of Chicago where all my friends either stayed next door, went to the same school, whatever the case may be. But obviously at 36, that's not a thing that is happening right now. And so I moved out to the suburbs. I live here with my husband and my kids. And I've tried to make friends. And it's like pulling teeth. I thought I had one friend one time, right? This is how serious it was, right? I went as far as to tell my husband, hey, guess what? I think I might actually have somebody to hang out with. And for me, he knows that's a big deal. I don't really hang out with anybody because I don't have friends. I don't really tell him about a lot of people because I don't have friends. So for me to come home to him and say, oh my God, I really like this girl. I think that we are actually going to start a friendship. And in my head, I thought we did start a friendship, right? Because she was giving me all the same vibes. And then it was like, okay, well, let's move our relationship to the next level. Let's hang out. Like, mind blown, right? So then it started to be, okay, cool, let's hang out. Let's get something together. Let's figure out these schedules. That never happened. It's like, oh, my schedule, it just kind of didn't align for that to happen, so I'm not going to be able to do it. Okay, cool. Hey, how about this? Let's do this. Let's hang out this day. Oh, actually, I can't. Something came up. I got to do something. Okay. Hey, how about this? You let me know when you can hang out. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. Never happened. And then eventually, I found out it wasn't just the schedule that wasn't lining up. It had to have been me because this person could make time for other people, but it was always when I said I wanted to hang out, there was just never anything that can be done. And there went my most recent attempt at making friends. So frustrated. And I know it can't be me because I read on social media all the time, women my age, and it just seems like women over 30 in general have such a hard time making friends. And I don't understand what that is. Like, what is it that I'm missing or that we're apparently all missing where it's like once you hit 30 plus, making friends is just not a thing that is really gonna happen. It's almost like a rare space event. Okay, once a year, this meteor shower is going to fly over and you should be able to see it. I feel like that's what making friends is for me right now. I feel like I am staring into the sky 364 days a year, and that one day is like the window that I have. And if I don't do it on that day, it's just not going to happen. Now, what I will say is that is not the first time something like that happened to me with that most recent situation. I have been ghosted many a time before. And so when that happened, it kind of just made me step back and ask myself, okay, no, seriously, what is it? Because me personally, yeah, I can be a bit of an introvert. I'm not gonna go to clubs and all of that. That's just not me and it's never been me. But I still like to have fun. I still like to get together. I still like to talk. And for some odd reason, maybe I'm just giving off something else. I really don't know. But then, like I said, as I started to read stuff on the internet and talk to people, it is very clearly not just me. So, what is the problem? That situation only made me go back into the archives and start to look at stuff and say, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Am I trying too hard? Am I trying not enough? Do I not seem friendly at first? But then I thought about to all the people that I've met along the way, I've always been told, I'm so sweet and I'm so nice. And oh my God, I look at you like a big sister. I look at you like a mom, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, okay, so I'm not mean. I'm definitely honest and I speak my mind, but I'm not mean and I don't give off mean vibes, especially to people I just met, because that's not who I am. When you meet me, I'm the type of person who instantly thinks, okay, I want to make them smile. I want to make them laugh because I want to make everybody feel comfortable. Partially because I want you to be comfortable in a new setting around me, but also partially because I am socially awkward in a sense where I don't like awkward silences, awkward stares, and all that kind of stuff. So if I can get a conversation going or if I could get us talking or get us laughing, then we have something to connect with and we can go from there and start off on a good foot. So it's not because I'm mean, it's not because I'm honest, it's not because I don't talk or I just give off bad vibes with my faces or anything like that. So we can check that box off. What is it? I'm not a planner at all, but we don't even get to the stages of trying to plan something because whenever I try to get it together, it's like, oh yeah, I'll let you know. And then it never happens. So I guess my question to all of you to think about and to ask if you're having that same situation is what is it that people see when they meet us? Where it's like we're good enough to be friends in the moment, but outside of that moment, we're not good enough to befriend, right? So then the next thought I had was maybe I am reading the situation completely wrong. Maybe I'm picking up that this is real and it's going good and this is gonna go somewhere where I want it to go and it's not. Kind of like a guy on a date with a girl who thinks this is leading back to his apartment and it's absolutely not. But for me, I think everything is going good and I see that everything is going good and we're having a great time. And it's like, okay, I'll call you. And then the other person is like, yeah, sure. But I don't have a phone on me right now to give you my number. So then I feel like I'm getting sent off, right? I have legitimately put a lot of thought into this subject. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot because it happens all the time and it's so hard to make friends. And what I started to realize is I'm the person who is going to put in a genuine effort and I don't really hold back in my feelings in that effort. So if I'm like appearing to be having fun or appearing to be legitimately liking you, then that's what it is. It's not that I'm pretending until I get to know you or anything like that. Like that's just not who I am. I guess I could say I wear my emotions on my sleeve. But everybody doesn't do that. And I keep being attracted to these people who don't do that. And I keep trying to make friends with these people who don't do that. And not that you should, but I feel like a genuine effort from the start would be like the normal thing to do, right? But apparently it's not. So for me, I'm finding myself always going into these situations just like head on and attaching to this person who is not going to attach back to me. And so I'm thinking I'm building this friendship that I'm actually not building. And eventually I find that out.